Que si mira lo que estamos viendo nosotros ahorita a las 3 de la
Allah,
mañana.
verga. Allah.
They were patrolling the school at 3 a.m. Those kids aren't real.
He was recording the fog that's plaguing the US when he sees this. A man named Scott Ritter was working near a dock in Ocean City, Maryland. When he decides to look at the ocean, he begins to notice something strange hiding in the fog.
I'm working this job. I came out on the deck to look at the ocean, and I saw this semicircle of lights that keeps flicking on and off. What is that?
From above the clouds amidst the dense fog, he captures this strange circular object covered in spotlights. What do you think this could be?
Comments kept saying it's the Mimi lights, so I had to look this up for us, and let's take a look at what the Mimi lights are. Oh, heck no.
Saw this Gordon Ramsay post on Instagram and immediately knew something felt off because he's not actually at an airport. And I know that because if he was, it would have to be one of these 3 airports. But none of the mountains in the back of these airports are the same. And well, Gordon, I found you. With these pixels that resembled a fence, these mountains, and this arid landscape, there's only one option. Area 51 with a perfect match. Gordon, you can't hide.
Not Gordon Ramsay chefing it up for the aliens.
On August 4th of 2009, a distressed Mexican woman named Gabriela Jimenez was filmed outside the Fiesta Inn luxury hotel in Monterrey, Mexico, having what appears to be a mental breakdown. During her outburst, she made a series of alarming accusations about some very powerful individuals and politicians from Mexico, including Mexican billionaire Carlos Slim, accusing them of eating humans for satanic rituals.
¡Comieron humanos! ¡Asquerosidad! ¡Comieron humanos!
In the middle of her rant, she was taken by police officers and she was never seen again. After this clip aired on TV, it went viral and people began to do research on Gabriela. They discovered that she was a popular model that was featured on the cover of a magazine in the early months of 2009. As time passed though, everything about Gabriela was removed from the internet, adding to the mystery. What was first seen as a crazy woman having a mental breakdown soon became known as someone who witnessed these horrendous acts speaking out, but was silent by the elites of Mexico.
No, I definitely believe her. And like I always tell you guys, the more money they have, the sicker stuff it takes for them to get off.
If you have been feeling like time has been moving very fast lately, you are not crazy. According to a recent report, Earth is now spinning faster than it used to, and clocks may even have to skip a second to keep up. Due to this strange event, for the first time ever, timekeepers and organizations are considering subtracting a second from all of their devices, which they're calling a negative leap second, just to make sure all these devices are in line with sun up and sun down, and they're planning on doing this around the year of 2029. Now, I've heard a few people talk about how they believe this may have something to do with CERN, and that's because every time they use their particle accelerator, people start reporting having strange dreams, disassociating with time, and having Mandela effects. Even during CERN's opening ceremony, you can see that they show a clock moving back and forth rapidly, which could be symbolic for whatever's making people feel strange about time currently. But this does remind me of a scripture in the Bible, specifically in Matthew, that talks about how the days will be shortened before the return of Christ for the sake of the elect. So maybe time moving faster is the beginning of our shortening of days. Now, obviously, I don't know for sure, neither about God's timing and plans for our immediate future or about whatever CERN is doing. But I do know that the spiritual war between good and evil is getting more intense daily, which is why right now is the perfect time to give your life to Christ, start loving God with all your heart, and loving your neighbor as you love yourself.
I definitely thought I was going crazy.
July 20 of 2023, a radio station in South America was airing a live broadcast that left many viewers feeling disturbed. The footage was broadcast online, so those who tuned in were totally creeped out. In the broadcast, viewers were introduced to a special guest named Antonio Zamudio, who according to the host is someone who's had a history of paranormal experiences. Antonio talks about these experiences, but when he talks about one instance involving a clown doll, the whole studio goes quiet. Viewers could tell that the atmosphere in the room had changed. Everybody was feeling unsettled, and even more so when Antonio showed footage of the clown doll. In the video, Antonio shows a close-up of the clown, which he says was given to him by a family who found it at a garage sale. But after they took it home, things got very strange. They decided to give it to Antonio given his experience with the paranormal. But one night, after setting up static cameras to record the doll in case anything strange happens, he captures this. Somehow, the doll moves on its own. Looking closely, it appears to move by itself at an upright position before running across the room. Understandably, Antonio was just as baffled as he was terrified. It made sense now as to why the family seemed utterly spooked about this doll. Something wasn't right with it. To this day, Antonio says that he keeps it locked up in a glass case, given what happened that night. It's unknown if anything strange has happened since then. But until any updates are given, the question remains, just how exactly did the clown doll move on its own?
The way it was running, there's no way that's real, right, chat?
Stuff I've been hearing weird stuff out here, so yep, there it is. Time to go.
No, the first one, you need to call the police because that is an actual full human outside.
So Elon is asking, if you're a hardcore software engineer and want to build the Everything app, please join us by sending your best work to his email. So what is this Everything app? Well, this is the explanation that Grok gave me. The concept of an Everything app refers to a single platform or application that integrates multiple services and functionalities into one cohesive user experience. It combines various services like messaging, social networking, payments, shopping, ride-hailing, food delivery, and more. One example would be WeChat in China. So how do people pay with WeChat in China? Well, to pay with WeChat Palm, users registered their palm prints and veins in the WeChat app, then waved their palm over a scanner to make a payment. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. He required everyone, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to be given a mark on the right hand or on the forehead. And no one could buy or sell anything without that mark, which was either the name of the beast or the number representing his name. And who is the one that makes the mark? The false prophet. Also, if you look at the AI's logo used on X called Grok, you will notice it's a broken cross. And if you ask Grok, why is the Grok logo a cross snapped in half? It says it's a symbolic representation chosen by XAI to reflect the AI's mission and approach. The act of snapping across a traditionally sacred and conventional symbol might signify Grok's intention to break away from conventional thinking or established norms. So a broken cross was chosen as a symbolic representation of XAI. Of course it would be, because look at the creator of it. Not to mention that its payment system literally has the number of the beast. And since it's on a blockchain, it will be tied to a cryptocurrency system. And who is talking about making America the cryptocurrency capital of the world?
Embrace them, including making America the world capital for crypto and Bitcoin.
Not to mention, Donald Trump is talking about furthering the Abraham Accords after ceasefire agreement. I wonder if this will result in a 7-year peace treaty. And if that's the case, once the peace treaty is signed, that's when Revelation starts. There will be 3.5 years of false peace, which will end around the 4 years of him being in office. And during this time, the 10 kingdoms are made, which he's starting to implement right now. Then 3 of the kingdoms will be subdued, and then we know the Antichrist takes over the entire world. We also know that he said, in 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good, you're not going to have to vote. I don't know how much more clear it has to be. There are so many people with blindfolds on their eyes right now.
Is Elon going to be the one that ushers in the mark of the beast? Let me know in the comments.
Somebody on Reddit asked Redditors outside of the US what Americans aren't ready to hear, and the answers are eye-opening. How you look at Florida is how the rest of the world looks at, like, all of us in the US. Water is the best way to clean your butt. This one is super freaking real. The freedom that we feel is less than in other countries. Our sick days, maternity, paternity leave is completely different in our healthcare, obviously, than other countries. Tipping, being rude. Imagine that. Tipping is such a sensitive subject. Americans thinking that we don't have accents. Like, we even have accents here in America. It's crazy. Our education system is worse than you think. I've seen some really cool math videos, and they're not in America. US is a great place to be rich and a bad place to be poor. Yeah. Not everyone speaks English in the rest of the world. Learn another language. I think we all should learn other languages. Canadians can relate to fearing people south of the border. A lot of your favorite food brands make better versions. This is so real. The ingredients here are horrible. The World Series only happens in the US, yes. I never understood that either. You're eating crap that's illegal to sell in most civilized countries. That is so true, and everybody should wake up. American bathroom stalls are exposed as fudge. They absolutely are. Staying alive isn't something that should cost more than the person's net worth. Our medical expenses are way too high. Healthcare just doesn't cost as much as you pay for it. It's a scam. The amount of food you waste is insane. This is so true. Like,
most of us do already know this. Unfortunately, we're just stuck here.
The Golden Gate Bridge is the longest span between 2 towers. Why are you telling me all these things?
I really hope we never see this day. I don't accept this reality.
Just out here in New Orleans, you hear me? When you walk past them, they putting spells on you. They putting little energy lures on you. Lures. They sending them lures at you, you hear me? Ran across a little witch the other day, last week, right? I just felt her when I walked past her. You really gotta have an energy barrier. You gotta have an energy barrier when you walking around that you know really protecting you. Because there's some shit and some unseen forces out here that's really attacking you, and you don't really notice it until maybe a day afterwards by problems, karma, trouble, anything, you feel me? But I can automatically walk past somebody off the dump and just know, oh yeah, you ain't right. Soon as they walk past. And people be getting you like that. They walk past, they don't gotta touch you. They can walk right past you. And that shadow that's leaning on them, the shadow that's hanging on them, that demon that's all on them, hop right on your shit. Motherfuckers downtown, called the shadow people. So when you walking and you walking past them, they shadow hop on your shadow. That's how they get inside your energy field. So, you know, you ain't gotta just sleep with them, kiss them, touch them and all that. No.
This doesn't only apply to New Orleans. This happens everywhere. So stay safe, you guys.
Oh no, what is Biden's old ass gonna say?
Right here?
Yes, sir, right there, yes.
Do I talk right here?
Yes, sir, you talk right there. Oh gosh, he don't even know where he is.
What?
You speaking to the mic, sir.
Oh, okay, the mic, okay.
America. There is an oligarchy forming in this country of extreme wealth, power, and influence. Whoa. This is a very dangerous concentration of power held by the very few ultra-wealthy. Their power, if left unchecked, threatens the freedoms of this nation and the safety of its citizens. This is not a threat. This is a warning. But y'all be easy though. Later! What in the fuck was that? What was that?
No, because this is exactly what it felt like. And with that, we're out, you guys. Don't forget to give me a like and a sub on your way out. Hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our future episodes. And of course, I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.
She knows